Welcome, Reinoud, to
Thank
Taipei.
You. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me here.
I understand you started art as a painter. Then what happened make you become a sculpturist?
In my time, when I was young, 18 years old, going to art school, it was logic to be at the painter department because the most interesting things happen at the painting department. But after a couple of years of painting, I felt that I was missing something. If you're painting, it's always about illusion. If you use color or any shape or any drawing, it's always about illusion, and it was lacking the physical presence of it, like you experience when you make a sculpture. Then it's like more like a physical relationship to your own body. And but at the same time, if you make a sculpture, it takes up a lot of space. And so I came to the position of trying to become in between sculpture and a painter, like trying to create that bridge between the physical presence of a sculpture or as you as a human being standing in front of a work, and then trying to use the language of perspective, the language of illusion. And like in this piece behind us, you have where it reaches the floor, it's like the physical presence, and then it becomes an illusion of space, and then it becomes a mental space to try to create that 3 steps of going to that mental space.
So it's a 3 level of space.
Yes.
From physical to illusion,
physical
to mental.
Illusion, and hopefully to mental.
And how long does it take for you to figure out such integration? Or
I'm still trying to figure it out. Working it for probably more than 35 years, trying to work with that physical space in relation to the illusion and the mental. I think every time you make something, you solve a small part of the problem, but at the same time you create another problem to be solved. So I think it's a lifetime fascination and trying to, and every piece again is a new way of trying to solve or find a new angle in that same kind of finding that mental space.
I understand every piece of the work is unique.
Yes.
Why do you insist to be unique? Because additions are so popular nowadays.
And very practical too.
Yes.
So why am I as impractical or not to make an addition? Because if you try to make something which is new, you're led by your curiosity, and it's like an adventure, like a journey. So you lose track of time, you don't realize how complex, or you go step by step till you find the solution. If you have to do it again, you know the amount of time it invested, and I'd rather spend that time in another adventure than repeating it. And for me, it's the energy of the not knowing, and the question, trying to answer that question, is the energy of making it. So repeating it is for me not an option.
I understand you set the height of vanishing point height at 1.65 meters of the whole show.
Yes.
And what exactly the message you try to deliver through all the beautiful works here?
Well, I think the vanishing point, a certain height, creates a line of horizon throughout the whole exhibition. It connects all the pieces together. It's like all the pieces trying to create that extra space or that mental space. It's not only individual pieces, but it's all like an installation. And finding different angles of, like a wooden piece has a different texture, different feeling, different way of making, but it's also about that vanishing point. This piece is more like a three-dimensional drawing with its lightness. I really like the transparency of it. Also trying to say and point to the same kind of illusion of space. So I think I see an exhibition more also like an installation, that all the pieces are fragments of the whole story. That the whole story together is what my work is about.
And some of your work, you use the glass.
Yes.
And you also mentioned it's kind of an experience when you are a child. Can you?
Yes. Not only when it started when I was a child. I was young. We lived outside in the country, and I loved walking through the fog. And in Holland, we have quite a lot of fog, especially early in the morning. And I remember the morning walks and the magic the fog creates. Because if you walk through the fog, certain things appear and then disappear. That movement of appearing and disappearing, and the way it triggers your fantasy. Because everything in the horizon you can fantasize by being there. Because it's not visible, so you have to use your imagination. And that walking and that constantly changing of the landscape, I tried to create it also using the frosted glass.
So it's quite interesting because behind your works, all the drawings has a lot of mathematic calculations.
Yes.
Is math your expertise, or?
Well, I don't even like math, but I needed to be precise. So I think really, for me, it's really important to be precise and be precise as possible. But at the same time, it's not about math. It's about something else. I think it's all about creating poetry or creating mental space.
Yeah, because the mathematics shows how extreme your work is, but the appearance is so poetic, like you described.
That's what it is about.
Yeah.
It's all about poetry.
Yeah,
what
so
you try to reach. Yeah.
Great. I think it will be a great show, and I wish you success.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.